Hey everybody, this is Kevin from Klotz Productions, and this is Game 2 of the finals between Tommy and Chris O at the Scars of Mirrodin launch party. Tommy led this game off again and started out with a Vidalcan Surtark. For Chris's first turn, he resolved a Panic Spellbomb. Tommy then attacked for one with his Surtark and then post-combat resolved a Riddlesmith. Chris then laid down a Razor Verge Thicket and then resolved a Coppermere. For Tommy's next combat, he attacked with his Surtark and his Riddlesmith. Chris decided to trade his Mirror for the Riddlesmith and take the 1 damage from the Surtark. Then Tommy passed the turn. Chris then played an Auriok Sunchaser and a Silvok Lifestaff. For Tommy's next turn, he simply laid down a land and attacked with his Riddlesmith for 2 more damage. Chris then played a Trigon of Rage and then equipped his Silvok Lifestaff to a Sunchaser and attacked for 4. Tommy started his next turn by playing an Origin Spellbomb and using his Riddlesmith to draw and discard a card. He then hit Chris for another 2 damage with his Riddlesmith. Chris then attacked for another 4 with his Sunchaser and then post-combat resolved his Silvok Replica. Then at the end of the turn, Tommy cracked his Origin Spellbomb to draw a card and get a Mirror token. For Tommy's next turn, he simply played a Tumble Magnet. During Chris's next combat, Tommy used his Tumble Magnet to tap down the Sunchaser. So Chris decided not to make any attacks this turn and simply played a Gold Mirror. Tommy didn't make any new plays on his next turn, and then during Chris's next combat, he used his Magnet to tap down the Sunchaser again. Chris decided to attack with his Replica this time though, so Tommy double blocked it with his token and his Riddlesmith. So Chris used his Trigon of Rage to pump the Silvok Replica and kill all 3 creatures. For Tommy's next turn, he played a Bonds of Quicksilver on Chris's Sunchaser and then passed it back. Chris then resolved a Glimmerpoint Stag and used it to phase out his Sunchaser, causing the Bonds of Quicksilver to drop off and then pass the turn. Tommy's next play was Chrome Steed. For Chris's next combat, Tommy used the last counter on his Trigon to tap down the Sunchaser 1 more time. Then Chris cracked his Panic Spellbomb to keep the Steed from blocking and drew a card. He then attacked with his Gold Mirror and his Glimmerpoint Stag and used his Trigon of Rage to pump the Stag for a total of 7 damage. For Tommy's next turn, he started out by playing a Glint Hawk, but in response, Chris used a Shatter to destroy Tommy's Trigon. This caused Tommy to have to bounce his Steed back to his hand. He then replayed the Steed and passed the turn. Chris then attacked with his Sunchaser and his Glimmerpoint Stag. Tommy thought for a second and then scooped, giving Chris the game and the match and winning Chris the tournament.